Let's talk about removing variability. It's another thing in regard to environment, in regard to sales process, but in regard to business foundations that we need to cover. Just because I think sometimes it gets overlooked, and sometimes, especially in an established business, uh, variability can really be invariability if you're not moving things around every now and again. What do I mean by that? I mean by pricing or structure, or if you don't have kind of a set process that makes things move to where a customer wants to act, uh, that's also variability in itself based on you just not using the variables that are in front of you. Yeah, I'm not a Green Bay fan, but we took a great trip to Green Bay, so I've got my Packers shirt on, so I apologize for that. Super comfortable though. In automotive, there's a lot of people that believe and still believe, and they're deep in it, that you can only sell a car at 96% right now, or you're losing margin directly, or whatever have you. Within about 3 clicks, you can get a good understanding of what a dealership's pricing model is if they have just about any of the third parties. So I would check into that, look into that every now and again to see what your competitors are doing, see what you're doing, maybe see where you're losing time. Um, the 0 to 11 days, typically in the vehicle world, is the most important time and the highest margin time. So, what are you doing with that time? Is that car sitting in a parking lot waiting on recon? Is it pictured yet? I've always gone by a 24-hour rule. Vehicle needs to be up right away. Your products are the most important things. If you can get a car through the car wash real quick, make it look nice, you know you're going to recondition it or you're not. Is a $10 car wash down the street at one of the automated places holding you back from pricing your cars in the in pricing your cars or descripting them or picturing them fully within the first day, and you're losing your 0 to 11? And then what are you doing with your 0 to 11? So if you're in other business world, you'll see this in inventory, any type of inventory. Uh, Whether you have supplements sitting on your shelves or you have a retail stock of clothes or materials or whatever, there's a trajectory involved. How quickly can you empty your inventory? Generally, as soon as that inventory gets in, it's always the most profitable. And how quickly can you turn it? Does it take like a live market pricing model where you have actionable pricing? Or can you sit it at the right price and you know you have it at a good price and you've decided to sit it here based on how quickly it's moving? And you can adjust that, obviously, right? $1 or $2 may go a little quicker depending on the competition in your market, depending on the competition of your product, whatever. Who's making the pricing decisions? That's the big question in automotive that I've always had a problem with. Luckily, we've got a team that's had years doing this. I personally have spent years servicing over 70 to 90 dealerships in this area. I think there's a total number right now of 68 total stores around, from basically Mississippi to Fort Walton Beach. There's people putting auction cars directly online. There's people that are doing full recon. There's people that are sitting them in the back for 14 days because they don't have mechanics, but they fully intend to do full recon. Well, what did you do in those 14 days? And that's not the most important thing, but that's just one in a list of many variables that you can handle today with a little bit of elbow grease. And then what are you doing to maximize specific variables like price drop alerts, or any of the signifiers that are coming in, or price, or actually putting on a vehicle that, man, this thing has been garage kept the entire time. This thing is super clean. It it needed X in dent repair because it had one. It has new tires, new brakes, new whatever. Is it listed as an XLT when it's really a Lariat, or vice versa? The Fords used to not then explode. Did you put that into the equation and you're adjusting to the window sticker and the full spec of a vehicle, so that way all the numbers are actually pulling out properly and showing you the real retail value of that specific vehicle? The radical move would be putting somebody truly that understands all this behind your pricing. Most of the time in automotive, it's just one of the desk managers. And they have a lot of trouble explaining to you what the books are. They're not even up to date. If a price alerts it lasts for 7 days, maybe you should price every 7 days or every 3 days and go up and down. Because sometimes putting a car up in price has sold more cars than I've ever seen. Because people may already be looking at it. How are you triggering action? Especially when you have a live market price model and you're adjusting daily and customers can see that, you can use that as an objection handler. Well, we use live market pricing. We check it daily to make sure we're right on track to what our standards are. Whatever those standards are. How are you training your sales team? How does your sales team look? There's variability. Labor's hard to find right now, but it's in your control on the standards that you set in your showroom. Are their shirt tails out? Are they wearing Air Maxes or Jordans? Does that look professional at all? We are in control of a lot of different things, but how much control are you willing to delegate, but then again, set a good standard of good movement? It's not a race to the bottom if you understand consumer behavior and why people act, and how your vendors list your products and use your products to benefit them. The third party is basically a search engine optimization. So how do I optimize my inventory to get maximum views? And then quality customers coming in, and then keeping those quality customers in. Am I looking at Publix at all? How do they keep high margin customers coming in, coming out every day? Do they care that they lose a little bit to Walmart every now and again on specific products or specific customers? No, because they're ready for the feast. They know what their standards are and they hit it. And that's why they're one of the most fastest growing companies in the country right now, to my knowledge. Definitely the fastest growing grocery store chain. Besides Kroger, which I miss terribly. Who's making the decisions based off of years of education in the market, but also are they able to apply certain rules like the pony car rule? The pony car rule is you or your friend down the street may or may not be able to sell a Challenger or a Mustang. They sit on certain lots for some reason, just like trucks can too. Do you have a truck center, or do you have problems selling trucks? There's always going to be variability at the location, but do you have a team that's working through it? Are they even thinking about it, or are they just going and working every deal that's in front of them? It's Sunday. I'm not fully focused on every bit of my thought process, but at the end of the day, if this helps someone just see that you are missing out on your 0 to 13 days, or you're pricing at 108% during the 0 to 13 days, when really you should be at 101 or 102 on a specific vehicle based off of trajectory pricing, where they're sitting in the marketplace, exclusivity, it's got this extra feature, that extra feature, or it doesn't. And you're pricing against one that has it. Are you looking enough to know? The tools are there. How deep are you looking? And then the real radical move, especially if you have width in your automotive group or width in your payroll or whatever, but you understand that you can do it and increase margin, would be get somebody like a vAuto admin or has like really good experience with that type of thing and take that variable out. Should you have somebody that's in the thick of every deal and hearing the direct objections of each specific customer, actually doing your pricing? Is their bias showing in the way they're going to market? And then is bad experience based off of what's now happening and transparency now that's happening, because I can throw something in ChatGPT and see exactly where you're priced. And then how are you justifying it? And are you training your team to do it? Labor's hard to find. Good labor's hard to find. Good mentors are even harder to find. Are you a good one or are you not? Are you managing your team to success? Is your team wearing a Gucci belt and showing margin to every customer that walks in the door? Polarizing specific sectors of your business. Or do they understand that, hey, I don't even need to wear cologne today because somebody may be allergic to it? Business basics like that aren't happening right now. And we're not focusing on the little things. High level sales is about consistency and a good first impression. How do you do that? You take variability out of it. You take anything polarizing out of it. Most of the time, sometimes that can be a lazy owner that doesn't realize they can easily just expense out base uniform to their team and just take that out day one. Here's 3 pairs of pants. Here's 3 shirts. And hey, if you need a bland belt, here you go. Nothing more than a Seiko on your arm. You can make a nice Seiko. There's some customized ones that actually look halfway decent that are professional looking for $200-$300, but they don't scream thousands of dollars. Because if somebody affluent walks in there, they know you're making too much money just because you're showing it, whether you're making it or not. And they're in control of your paycheck. Disagree? Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Radical moves need to happen. We need to play chess, not checkers.